I have absolutely no idea why it keeps disconnecting me from YouTube, but we're back again anyway. So it keeps disconnecting my live stream for some unknown reason. So we should be back live, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So if you was on the previous live stream, sorry about that. For some reason YouTube wanted to kick me out of doing my live, which is annoying because we were just getting into it. But yeah, hopefully this one won't do that. I might have just got a bad server or something has gone wrong. I'm not sure what. But like I was saying in the last stream, I am dealing with a severe man flu. So you might have to bear with me a little bit today. But we're going to be looking at the rainbow fish tank, like I was saying before, on the previous live, which was like 20 seconds ago, and also treating some of this blackbeard algae, so we're going to be looking at that. So first of all, we'll give the glass a bit of a clean down now, and we're going to be looking at treating some of this blackbeard algae, so I'm just going to get a pipette and we'll look at doing that. So you can overdose the tank with the CO2 boosters and things of that nature. So we're going to be sticking to the guidelines on this. Now I'm just going to pour some into the lid here. I know it's a little bit dark. I'm going to pour some into the lid so we don't go wild with stuff. And I will be doing a water change probably today or tomorrow, just to try and get some of this stuff out of the tank because it's not great for fish. And I'm just going to be pulling some up into the pipette like this. And hopefully you guys will stay tuned on the videos to see the progress of this killing off the blackbeard algae, because it is something that sort of gets into a lot of tanks and people don't know how to deal with this algae in particular. So basically just directly shoot it onto the areas that I've got the algae on. Now this has been working really well. As you can see, some of the algae's gone red already. I will zoom in once I've done this so you guys can take a look. It works fairly quickly actually. And what blackbeard algae does, it smothers the plants and the leaves. It doesn't work well on Vallisneria, so don't put it on that. If you've got blackbeard algae on Vallisneria, you want to remove the plant totally from the aquarium, whatever's affected, and that way you'll be able to keep the plant going. But it smothers the leaves and the roots, and then eventually it'll kill the plant off. So we don't want that happening. So we're going to try and spot treat most of the algae as we go along. Now it says to do this with the pump off or your filters off. I think that would work pretty well. But the way I'm doing it today is I'm actually putting too much in the tank, and then I'm going to do a water change on it, so it'll kill off the algae, and then it'll pull the CO2 booster out of the water. Doing that, by doing that, I can you know, keep the tank as fresh as I can, really, because we don't want this stuff affecting the fish. We're just wanting it to kill off the algae and then keep the plants healthy, really. I will show you in a second how good the stuff is. What it does is it makes it so that it's soft and the fish can actually nip at the algae then and take it away. Now this tank is supposed to have about 10 millilitres of this stuff, and I'm probably at the limit right now. So we don't want to go too heavy with this stuff because it will affect the fish. It's very poisonous to humans and to fish, so we don't want to go too mental with that stuff. I've been doing it over a couple of days, to be honest, but I will show you now. I'll zoom in a little bit and you'll be able to see how it's been killing it off. So we'll have a quick look at that now, and hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. So healthy blackbeard algae is usually black or dark blue, so similar to these two leaves right in the centre of the screen. If you look to the left and right, you'll notice that the algae's turned red. Now the red algae will eventually turn white and start to fall off of the leaves, and at that rate then some of the fish will actually pick at it and pull it off, or you can use like a toothbrush or something similar to pull the algae off the leaves there. Now these plants don't look too bad. They are obviously covered in blackbeard algae at this moment, but we can keep doing this sort of treating it, and hopefully the plant will come back. With me putting in sort of root tabs and liquid fertilizers, the idea of my strategy is to kill the blackbeard algae and then get the plants to outgrow the algae by using all the nutrients up in the tank. So I'm being very sort of steady on how much liquid fertilizers I'm putting in, because obviously too much liquid fertilizer is going to put too many nutrients into the water, and that's going to make the nutrient balance way off balance. So there'll be too many nutrients, and this will lead to more blackbeard algae. Luckily, blackbeard algae and staghorn algae are the worst ones to get off the plants, but they are very slow growers, so you can get on top of it as soon as you see it. I've left this one to go. I've let it go a little bit, this tank, and now I'm struggling to get rid of it. But if you do see it, you can sort of get into it fairly quickly and get the affected areas before it becomes a problem. Now, there's just one more Anubis at the back here that I want to get to, because this one is quite bad. I'm just hoping it just get to it. I have ordered some hydrogen peroxide as well. That's coming tomorrow. Hydrogen peroxide is a totally different chemical to this, so you can go a bit heavy with the hydrogen peroxide, because with the water it does dissolve into water fairly quickly, and it'll make the hydrogen peroxide turn into oxygen, which is basically what chemical it is.
So as you can see, we've just got quite a bit of blackbeard algae on this tank as well, which I just checked with some of the CO2 booster. It's going to be a stubborn one. It's going to take a little while, but hopefully we can get it resolved fairly quickly. Like I say, it is a slow growing algae, and it will take some time to get rid of it all, but we can just work on that for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we can get rid of all of the algae eventually. It's a bit of a pain, but we can soon sort that out. Like I said, I'm just doing a bit of a slow one today, cleaning the tanks and things, but we can have a chat about anything that you want to talk about. Just leave it in the comment section there, and I'll get back to you fairly soon. Now this is a glass tank, so we can use the razor scraper on this one just to clean it up a little bit, and get these cichlids in a nice new clean, well, not new but clean tank. Sometimes it just needs a 10-minute go over and you can clean it up fairly fast. So, hey Jody, sorry about that, it kicked everyone out for some reason. But yeah, thanks for dropping back in. I don't know what happened really, it just ditched my signal. It's got some workmen working on the road outside. I don't know if they may have gone through a cable or something. It happens regular. Yeah, but yeah, hope you have a nice day as well, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, that'd be cool, Jerry, if you could pop back. I should be going for a little while today. Like I say, I'm at home all day, so I'll be streaming for quite a little while. But hope you have a nice morning with the children, and hopefully I'll speak to you a little bit later on. Seems that one of the Malawis here seems to have lost the tail, which is unusual. I'm cleaning the glass, but I do have a new product that I've been sent out from Higer that I want to show. Probably show it a little bit later on in the video, maybe over the weekend. And I've noticed as well, if you ever use these like algae scrapers, so I had one of these algae scrapers a little while ago, and I never used to dry it. I used to use it in a tank, so obviously the tank's full of minerals and things, and they come with like this like lid. So I used to just get the algae scraper and like pop the lid back on, and then throw it back in the cupboard. Now this is not a good optimal way to use these algae scrapers, because the next time you pull the lid off, this blade will be totally rusted out. So I just use like a towel now and just dry it off, and then once I've used it, dry it off, and then I'll pop the lid over it, and it just seems to last a hell of a lot longer when you use it like that. But yeah, it's looking a lot better, the tank now. It was due a clean, to be honest. I haven't been cleaning my tanks because I've been waiting for this new product from Higer to come, but now it's come. I'm cleaning the tanks with the algae scraper because I need to do a video for them, and I need to do a video for like Instagram and stuff like that for them. So I'm just gonna clean them up anyway. Now, if you're wondering why there's so many bubbles like absolutely blasting all over the place, then that's because I have an air stone directly next to my filter there, and it sort of goes into the filter and then comes out of the nozzle at the front of it. So that's why there's bubbles like flying across the tank all the time. I'm hoping that YouTube won't kick me off again, because it's been an absolute pain. It's like the third time I've started a live stream today. Now I'm just going to make a cup of tea, and I'll leave you guys with the Malawi cichlid tank for a moment. Just trying to get a leveling shot there. You can see the Malawi's doing really well. I just need to get some more of the ocean rock. You can see I've only got a few bits. But the fry will hide in the little holes. And now and then, that's pretty cool to watch. You can see I've got them two pieces on the right there, new pieces that I've just purchased this weekend actually. Yes, I'm just doing make some festive. Yeah. Funny that you did that. Your family's live streaming, so it's quite. Right, that's the maintenance done for the fish. Hopefully you guys are well. If you got anything that you want to ask, just drop it in the comment section and I'll try and answer your question best I can. I'm just doing a bit of a maintenance day today, clean the glass and trying to make stuff nice. So we've got the Malawi's. We just fed these guys some food, cleaned the glass. So these are just the yellow labs. We're looking at these today as well because we've been spawning like crazy. Since put the coral stone in, the babes can hide in the little holes in the rock. So now there's tons of them. Obviously happy fish if they're breeding. I've got loads of oxygen going into this tank and quite a bit of flow. We've got every single filter on this tank. We've got a sponge filter, canister filter and an internal filter. We've also got 2 air stones on there. And I've got a lot of flow going into this tank just because it curbs the aggression slightly. And we've got some flow. So I've just been messing around with that a little bit, playing around with the filters and direction. The reason why there's so much air going in because there's an air stone right next to the filter and it's sucking in a little bit of air and then it's just dispersing it across the tank. I quite like it. It looks sort of marine tanky. And obviously the Malawi cichlids are the closest you'll get to marine and freshwater tanks. So I quite like the effect. You have to bear with me a little bit. I've got a man flu today. That's why I'm off work. And then just above we've got the peace lily and some devil's ivy. And they're just taking out the nitrates. Obviously I've got the 2 pendant lights there as well. And these guys are doing awesome. Just got some Anubis in there. Just put some Ritala just here, but they keep chewing it up, so I don't think it's going to stay that for much longer. Excuse me. I've got quite a bad cough with my with the talking. It's tickling my throat a little bit. I'm looking at doing some breeding stuff as well this year. I've just made some spawning mops to go into my big rainbow tank, and I've got a spare tank available at the moment, so I'm going to see if I get any eggs in there. I know sometimes the cories come up actually and lay the eggs in the spawning mops, which is really nice. I'm hoping that the Congo tetras might drop some in there as well, and they may stick to the mop as they fall in. I'm not sure if they will breed in the mops or not, but I know most of the time you put the mops on the bottom. The pH is good in there for the Congos. It's a little bit low for the rainbow fish at the minute, but it's pretty good. Regarding breeding the Congos, I know it can be quite tricky to trigger the spawning, but I'm going to be doing some big water changes, probably cooler water changes, and I'm going to see if we can get them guys going. As far as the Malawis, I think they are well and truly breeding now at this point. We've got absolutely tons of these guys. I started off with 6 of them, and I've now got well over 30 of them. It's a point where I'm having to double water change and stuff like that to keep the water clear and prevent the algae from growing. You can see some of the blackbeard on the rocks there, but it's not too bad, and you just get a bit of spot algae then on the glass. I have noticed one of the females has got the tail fins missing. Now I'm assuming this is due to being chased by the males. As you can see there in the centre, there's 2 big males that guard each end of the tank there, and the females are actually holding eggs at the minute, so that's why they're at the top kind of hiding. I need to get some more of this stone so I've got somewhere to hide away from the males a little bit. I'm hoping that once the younger fish grow, they'll create more of a schooling activity rather than trying to chase each other around as much. These guys are pretty young still, so they are going to chase each other a little bit. Even the adults are fairly young. You can see there just at the bottom of the screen, some of the smaller fish have gone into the caves that the adults have made, which is really handy for them to hide away. You'll see them darting underneath the rocks, and because they're slightly faster than the adults, they tend to get away and hide away in the rocks, which is really nice. Gives them a bit of a sanctuary to go to when the adults get a bit crazy. But yeah, I didn't expect sort of this much breeding activity from 6 Malawis, but they breed quite strong. They did breed quite good for me when I had them in the big tank before. And they're doing pretty well now. I think it has, you can put a Venturi system on that filter to the left there, but I've just left it with the air stone, so some of the air is going into the filter and the majority of it's just sort of disturbing the surface. With the food that I was feeding the Malawis, I'm creating quite an oil slick on top. I've been giving them sort of mixed flake foods and things, and algae stuff, spirulina, and I tend to tends to sort of grease up the water surface a little bit. So I've just done that as the aeration, just to break up the biofilm on the top of the water. And hopefully that'll work. It has been working so far anyway. I've been feeding a little bit less as well, so that's helping a lot. Seems like there's a bit of mist on the tank. I'm not sure if it's where I missed a bit scraping, or I've just cleaned off most of the algae with a razor blade. I think I've just missed a bit just here. Yeah, just looked a little bit misty there. I've also put some mussel shells in there. They don't do anything to the water regarding sort of buffering or all like that, but they just look kind of cool, and also when they dig into the sand a little. There's one just here. When they dig down into sand, when the Malawis are moving around, it creates like little cabins and caves for the baby fish to hide in, which is quite nice. The idea with these is just to make as much hiding space as really as possible, and that way you'll get them to breed fairly easy. Like I say, I'm suffering from severe man flu today, so if you hear me coughing or dying and my voice is going a bit groggy, that's why. I've just made some spawning mops over here at the rainbow. I'll show you quickly. So I've just put these spawning mops in. I've just made these two. Like I say, I've got the some rainbows in there. Hopefully they'll breed. I've got a spare tank just underneath that I can raise these little dudes up in. So what I'll do is I'll see if I get any eggs in a couple of days, and try and breed these guys a little bit. So I haven't actually bred any fish since I moved house, which is weird because I usually breeding for fun these fish, but we had a couple die when we moved properties, and I'd like to try and not replace them, but try and get my stocks back up. It is quite a busy tank. Obviously the fish are like, what the hell is that? That's why they're pecking it and stuff, because they're not used to seeing a massive spawning mop just dangling away in the tank. But they'll get used to it over time, and then once they've been in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever, then they'll start getting used to that, and hopefully they'll start spawning into mops. The dwarf neon rainbows are quite good for spawning. When the lights come on in the morning, you can see there's a little group of them at the top there. They tend to swim with the Congo tetras as well, and I'm hoping that the Congo tetras will see that and hopefully drop some eggs in there as well. I'll be doing some water changes, get it a little bit cooler, and drop the pH a little bit. I know the Congo is like a really soft pH to spawning, whereas the rainbows are like a lot harder water. I'm just going to see how we get on with these spawning mops. Hopefully they work. They might do, they might not. It's just one of them things, I guess, and it's trial and error. You've got to just see how you get on with these things, and hopefully they work out. Yeah, if you've got any questions, just drop us a comment. Just drop us a message in the chats, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. I've got the live chats visible, so if you guys are wanting to chat or ask any questions, then feel free to ask. I don't mind answering any questions that you've got. I've also just I fired up the brine shrimp hatchery again because I ain't had that going for a little while. So I've got some salt for that, some brine shrimp eggs. So I'll be feeding these guys heavy with brine shrimp, and hopefully that'll bring on some spawning activity. You can actually see the little praycox rainbows are getting real interested in this mop. There's somewhere for the smaller fish to hide as well. If they want to swim into it, they can get away from some of the bigger rainbows, and we'll see how we get on with it. Like I said before, the Congo tetras are mainly sort of egg scatterers, so they drop eggs onto the floor. So they might catch a few of the Congo eggs, I'm not sure. Obviously the angels will pick a few of the eggs out of the mops, but if we can get a few of them, that'd be a nice little breeding project to do. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing sticking some root tabs in. I might actually do some of that now. I'm going to stick some root tabs in. I've been using the Seachem root tabs. I like them ones in the API because they're more like a little tablet rather than the little capsules with the ball things in. They're not great because when the capsule dissolves, the little balls can rise to the top of the substrate, and you'll see them on top of the substrate, which is not ideal. Especially if you've got black substrate like I'm going for at the minute. So I'll just be using these Seachem Flourish. It's a new pack actually. I just got these last week off Amazon, so I need to put some of these into the gravel, because it's actually fluval stratum on top of gravel. So there's actually very little nutrients, even though the gravel's been in the tank for around 2 years. So these nutrients in the substrate, just not many really. And these come in like a little tablet form, just like this. I don't know if you can see that too good. When they dissolve into the substrate, then they sort of break down and release all the nutrients for the plants, which is what we're looking for. And also with the CO2, it's really good. But these ones in particular are very good. I actually watched a review type thing on some root tabs, and these ones did better than all the rest. I can't remember the channel that I watched it on, but they sort of did a test one with root tabs in, one with API, one with Osmocote, one with Seachem Flourish. There were other sort of brands and that in there, and these ones did the best out of the lot, which I'm starting to find they do really well. If you look at the sort of the Amazon sword here, a couple of weeks ago this were dying back, and I've actually put 2 underneath that, and it's just come back to life. It looks really nice. Some of the crypts as well, the crypts just down here at the bottom, at the front, they've definitely hit the root tabs and they're starting to come back really good. The other ones I haven't really seen coming back that well are the Vallisneria at the back. I've got some Ritala in there as well. That doesn't seem to be doing too well, but I've always struggled with that plant in my water for some reason. It's just one that doesn't grow very well. But I do have some gaps as well in the plants where I want to put some root tabs in, just in the corners and the sides. I'm going to put some root tabs there in anticipation for the next batch of plants that I'll probably get in a couple of weeks. Obviously money dependent. It's quite hard to buy stuff at the moment with work and things, but it's going really nice actually. So you can see the crypts at the front, just here at the bottom. I'll try and get a closer shot actually. If I just zoom in at the bottom here, you'll be able to see the growth of them. It's going really well. I've only had these for about 3 weeks or so, and they're doing, I'd say they're doing reasonably well for crypts. Very slow growing plant. And these will shoot off as well and make new plants, which is really nice, and you'll end up with like a crypt aquascape. So I've left gaps at the back just here, like underneath the little log. I'm hoping that they'll grow into that space, and obviously at the other side just here, and fill in the spaces a little bit, and obviously just down the front there as well. But they're doing well. To say that I've barely touched the plants. It's just the black-bearded algae is getting a bit out of control at the back, but we'll get on top of that shortly anyway, because we've been dosing that CO2 booster today, and I'm getting some hydrogen peroxide hopefully delivered tomorrow. It's fairly cheap actually, it's like £5 for a litre of it, so I'm going to be dosing. I'm going to be turning the pumps off and stuff tomorrow evening, and hopefully trying to get some of that into the blackbeard algae, and that'll hopefully increase the death rate of the blackbeard algae, because it is dying off and the CO2 booster is working. It's starting to go red. You can just see there on the plants on the Anubias, just to the left and the centre of the screen bottom there. You can see it's starting to go red now. I'm hoping some of the tetras will pick at that and take it off the plant. It was killing it slowly. And also there's a Java fern just at the back. I'm not sure if you can see it. No, it's just behind the mop. But that will get in a bit of a beating from the blackbeard algae, which I don't really want. I want to keep the plants as nice as I can. So as soon as we get some of that hydrogen peroxide, I've got the 3% one instead of the stronger 5% one. It's my understanding that once that enters the water, it turns into oxygen fairly quickly. So you've got to do it while your pumps are off. Or you can use it like a spray bottle, which I will be doing on the coral rocks for my Malawi cichlid tank, to try and strip the blackbeard off them, because it has transferred to that tank now, and I'm assuming it's just through using the nets and things it's transferred. And also I put a piece of Anubias in there from this tank, which could have had a little bit on. I've also got a bio CO2 system that I'm running on this by Tropica, and that's going to help as well, because it's going to kind of balance the tank out a little bit more and put some CO2 into the tank. It's not a massive amount, it's actually made for a really small tank, but it will just give it that little bit more CO2, which will help with the algae. It has been spreading around from plant to plant as well, so when the leaves touch the next plant next to it, I've noticed that it's starting to spread to like the crypts and stuff, and I don't want that to happen. If it starts doing that, I might have to just cut my losses and start cutting some of the blackbeard away. Luckily, blackbeard algae is a very slow growing plant, so algae, sorry, so it's fairly good to get rid of, fairly easy. Every time I notice a new spot, I'll just put some more of the booster on or whatever, and hopefully that'll resolve my problem. We're going to start feeding the brine shrimp as well. I've started yesterday with doing the baby brine shrimps. I'll get some more of that in today, and that'll trigger spawning activity hopefully with the fish. Also provides a little bit more cover having the spawning mops in at the top there. You can actually see some of the tetras and things picking at the blackbeard algae, which is a good sign because that means that we've got some fish that will eat it. And that should clear it up then. Some of it's like the flat algae as well, that's like the black spots on the leaves. It's not just the sort of like the fuzzy type. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if I get some eggs. We do have some blue rainbows in here as well. I think there's a male and female, so hopefully they'll spawn. Even just 10, 12 eggs would be perfect, just to hatch them out, and then I could start another breeding tank then with the eggs that I've got. The rams are showing a lot of interest in it. I know they won't spawn in there, but they're definitely showing interest in it. I suppose it's because it's just new. It just provides a little bit of cover as well for him.